Hello, folks. How you guys doing? Uh, how's everyone today? Yeah, it's kind of shocking, kind of weird kind of a video, huh? Yeah. Um, well, I did what I did. I stopped using the Opera browser and started using the LibreWolf browser, and because of the news of um, the other browser that Opera has, um, was recently sold to a company out of China. I felt that talking about uh, after a 3.5, almost 4 year use of the browser, um, it was good. I even tried out the gaming browser of Opera, and I like the features of it, of the browser. I wanted to really share my thoughts on the browser itself. Now, all because of the Online Protection Act bullshit. That we're all dealing with here in the United States as well as the UK. I think it's that it was time for a change. I think that with what there's more videos coming out about Opera and its gaming variant of the browser. I felt like it was the right time to do kind of a change. I thought because you don't want to use something that has a bad, even though people have used the browser for many years and not realizing they're using a browser that is pretty much going from being this secure browser where it has a VPN slash browser slash search engine combo. I like that concept because DuckDuckGo has one. Mozilla has that set up. So does DuckDuckGo. So does Brave. So does LibreWolf. Now, in the UK, they are starting to really frown upon the whole banning VPNs. I hate that fucking concept here, man. You know, because they expect you, right? They expect you to follow their shit, follow their rules. Rules are like bones; they're made to be broken, folks. I don't like being told that I have to follow their rules. Fuck their rules. Fuck them and fuck their rules. What happens in the UK don't happen here. Because we kicked the shit out of King George III over 200 plus years ago and made him our bitch. So why should we have to follow his fucking rules? I'm not going to follow the UK's rules. I'm not going to follow the rules of a shiesty, the Prime Minister of England, folks. He can go fuck himself. I'm not going to follow the rules of a charlatan cocksucker who thinks him and his little party can throw out these rules where we gotta follow the law, we gotta follow the rules. No, I don't. We need them to follow. We need them to follow our laws. We gotta follow their. Like they want us to follow their online protection law. I don't. I'm here. I'm here in America, where we have the Fourth Amendment, where we have the First Amendment, right? So I'm going to keep my right to free speech. I'm going to keep my right to privacy, where I'm not going to follow some posy motherfucker telling us not to use a VPN. Well, I like VPNs. They're good. I don't want no stymie motherfucker telling me what to do. I don't care if he's a king. I don't care if he's a prime minister. I don't care who the fuck he is. I'm not going to follow their rules because their rules don't apply here. They don't apply here. Their laws don't apply here in the United States. And it will never apply here at all. That's for damn sure. We are the United States of America. We're not North Korea. We're not China. We're not, you know. We believe in freedom of speech. We believe in the right to privacy, right? And the one thing we don't do is we don't use kids as a Trojan horse to try to shut down stuff that people don't like. If you don't like it, change the channel. If you don't want to hear it, turn the fucking knob. Right? That's why we have a constitution. Right? We have laws that, right, that we abide by. And they don't like it that we don't follow their shit. You got one stymie son of a bitch saying that if we use a VPN, we're on the side of sick wackaloons. And why is that? Ladies and gentlemen, it's called a guilt trip. They want to guilt trip us into not using a VPN. Well, one thing, I don't want a company owned by China owning my information. Two, I'm not going to give up my right to say what I want to say or what I want to see on the internet. Having some lamey son of a bitch thinking he's Klaus Barbie and shit, who's trying to turn the UK into East Germany. Fuck that motherfucker, dude. The Prime Minister is nothing more than England's version of Klaus Barbie, man. And then you have the the deputy prime minister saying, "Oh, we're getting death threats from tech companies." No, you're not. No, you're not. You're full of shit. You're too stupid to get a threat, you fucking moron. Right? So the thing is, number one, the reason I stopped using Opera is that things are popping up here. I want to play video here. I want to play. Something known as RGX. This is see here. This is about 9 months ago. No, a little bit ago here. I actually switched from Chrome to Opera GX.
Opera GX, the amazing browser that took over the internet with its amazing features like a built-in VPN, an ad blocker, and one of the fan favorites, which is you being able to control your CPU and RAM while browsing on the extension. And this sounds amazing, but too good to be true, because Opera would later get exposed for harassing their customers for money, stealing data, and having sneaky experiments that would leave users at a security risk. But before we hop into Opera GX, we will have to hop into Opera before the DX. Get what I did? I think that was trash. The first version of Opera's web browser was released in 1995, and even in its prime, it
was 30 years ago.
Browser. Unlike the dominant browsers of the 1990s like Internet Explorer and Netscape Navigator, Opera was a paid-for software with a limited time trial. And what made Opera stand out was that it worked on more than just a desktop browser. Opera Mini was one of the best mobile browsers in the 2000s, allowing flip phone users to access much more of the internet just from their cell phones. At this time, business was booming for Opera, but this would shortly come to an end when Google dropped Google Chrome in 2008. It immediately took off and started to take up the user market space. And this is where you could say it got ugly for Opera. Hindenburg Research released a detailed report on Opera in 2020, outlining Opera's alleged fraud and illegal activities. For the ones who don't know what Hindenburg is, they're a company that starts their investigation on brands, targeting their public records and documents, and in some cases, they even interview employees. So to sum it up, they're basically the FBI, but just for businesses. Hindenburg alleged that when Opera started to lose users from the competition like Google Chrome and Apple, the company shifted gears into building mobile apps that provide predatory short-term.
Opera started to really go downhill, and I was many users that it had, and I've been using Opera for 4 years until all this stuff popped up and shit. So I did my own research. I did not like what I saw. I did not like what I read. It was just a complete 180 on my part, man. Like, what I ran into, what I researched, boy, was I fucking wrong. I thought I found a really good alternative to the Google Chrome bullshit. Even though I was using Tor and Go, I wanted to find another alternative. Opera was pretty good. I thought they were good. I thought they had something there. Boy, was I wrong. They had the GP, Opera GP, was a browser for gamers. Not too bad because I'm a gamer, myself. So things got a little bit wacky. I started looking into other browsers besides Go and Tor. A friend of mine, she was using Brave, and Brave has another called Brave Nightly. And like Go, like Opera, like LibreWolf, and each has a browser, search engine, and VPN all in one basket. Not too bad. Because Google, they have a browser, they have a search engine, but no VPN. So what happened is you got Go, Brave, Opera, LibreWolf, and another one. Each has a search engine, browser, VPN, all on one. Awesome. Because you don't need Chrome. You don't need Google. Brave, Opera, Go, Brave, Opera, Go, LibreWolf. Each has a VPN, search engine, and a browser all in one basket, all in one. Awesome. This is awesome. Oh, shit. And it became this challenge to Google, right? Because of their search engine and the Chrome, the browser, right? Chrome is open source. There's different versions of Chrome. There's Chromium. There's Vanadium, which is on the Griffin OS phone. What I got. A lot better than regular Chrome. Now, I started looking into LibreWolf. I've been running it for the past few days. Really like it. I uninstalled Opera from my computer, removed it. But more stuff about Opera coming out where it's now owned by a company out of China. Holy shit. This is the what the fuck moment, you guys. We all want to have a trusted browser. We all want we all want to have a browser VPN that we can trust, okay? That we can trust. I think that we need to look into each browser ourselves, and see which one can we trust individually. So I've been looking to LibreWolf, and it is pretty good. I think there's a lot. I think there needs to be more look into these other browsers. It is very disturbing on Opera. There's even stuff coming out about Brave that some diehard, loyal Brave browser users might want to look into. But the thing is, sometimes stories don't have the full information. It's only bits and pieces until you look into it yourself. Then when you realize what's the upside and downside of the browser and VPN system, all that stuff, And so I started looking into LibreWolf, and more information I got into that I looked into. It's a well, kind of like Mozilla minus the fact. And I've been trying to look for a LibreWolf mobile for mobile. I know there's Opera, there's Go, there's Brave, there's also Tor. Tor has a VPN as well called Orbot, and I think that if the Tor bundle merged both together, you have a browser and a /VPN. And because Tor was created by the Navy, and journalists, bloggers, you name it, the who's who have used Tor and used Orbot because it's based off Tor bundle, Edge don't have it. They don't have the shit. Microsoft did not. I mean, you have Edge, Microsoft Edge. They're a browser / search engine minus, but they don't have a VPN. They don't. For the longest time, I was a big old Microsoft guy. You know, I had the Windows Phone, uh, NX. I had the Alcatel One Touch Stretch XL with the Windows 10 on it. Completely, no longer obsolete. But the whole online safety act is bullshit, man. You know.
Loans. Opera also falsely advertised longer loan terms and lower interest rates in the app's description because the Google Play Store had rules against predatory loan services. The loan app specifically targeted customers in Kenya, India, and in Nigeria. Hindenburg also confirmed through users that two of the apps, Okash and Opesa, asked for permission to the phone contacts during the setup process. So they basically already forcefully snatch your number off rip. This service would then start sending users threatening messages if they failed to pay their payments. Basically started to seem like you're getting
sending threats,
dark web, than just setting up a loan. And at this point, Opera has officially lost it. Targeting developing
sending people threats
to get money is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, this is on the next level of robbery. But Opera will quickly try to cover their tracks, coming out with a response saying that the report contains numerous errors and misleading conclusions and interpretations regarding the business and events relating to the company. So they try to cover this up real quick, but they didn't say anything about what was wrong at all. Everything that Hindenburg put out, they didn't actually try to specifically correct and adjust. It's just like they're saying, nah, bro, we ain't doing none of that. What you talking about? You're just chatting, but they didn't hit you with no facts. And you're probably wondering, like, why are they trying to steal money from their users? It kind of makes sense because they have been losing users since 2018.
Brave has this thing where you can make money off them, off of their shit as well. Brave has a pay system as well. The one thing I do believe in, and I'm going to say this right now, I believe in privacy. I believe in being safe. I believe in everybody being safe, you know. And I don't believe in using Google as a search engine or Bing as a search engine. Your best shot is go through DuckDuckGo because their search engine has a lot more to offer. Because that's what Opera, Brave, and LibreWolf, they integrate with DuckDuckGo on the search engine, you know. Because if you use Bing or Google, they will record anything you have. Mozilla is basically like Chrome in a way. A majority of Mozilla is owned by Google. I thought Mozilla was pretty good. I used to use Firefox nightly because it had a app, it blocked ads, it blocked tracking, all that shit. But can realize that Mozilla, Google owns a huge some stock in Mozilla. You know, and I think that we all need to be smart here, man. And so I think we all need to really wake up and realize, yeah, they're fucking with us, man. They're fucking with us hugely, and we all need to wake up here, man. I think that if we remove the blinders and remove the gunk from our ears, we're able to see and hear of, because if you go into YouTube and they have a list of the top browsers for the year or whatever, it should not matter what year. Each browser has its ups and downs. Most downs and ups. And before you get that browser, look into it. Do some research. Okay. The more you look into the browser and whatnot, yeah. All right, folks. My name is Revan Ordo, spelled Revan Ordo. And if you're new to this channel, like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys. And we'll see you next time. Peace out. Godspeed. Buddha bless.